Something happened at your house that the mayor, you think, orchestrated?
Last summer, my house was sprayed with bullets. A couple of cars got shot up. My tenants' cars got shot up. One got shot up 9 times. The other one had 2 rounds in it. All I have to say is Tiffany is suspect.
Okay, so one of the village trustees has just thrown down a truth bomb on Mayor Tiffany, and it's got the whole town buzzing. You know how small town politics can be sometimes, even hotter than a summer day.
You don't agree with the residents and the trustees, you should never be in a public official.
So the mayor of Dalton, who likes to call herself the super mayor, is caught up in some major controversy right now. One of the village trustees has come forward with a story about a person who allegedly attacked her house, and here's the kicker. The person at the center of the allegations is none other than Mayor Tiffany Henyard herself.
I've been to my house on numerous occasions, calling me a hater of hers.
Trustee said, she has been to my house on numerous occasions, calling me a hater of hers. This latest twist is definitely going to shake things up, so let's get into the juicy details and uncover what's really happening behind the curtain. All right, besties, let's dive into this juicy drama. Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who loves to call herself the super mayor of Dalton, is in some seriously hot water. One of the village trustees, Valeria Stubbs, has come forward with a wild accusation that's got everyone talking. Are you ready for this? Stubbs believes that Mayor Henyard might have arranged a shooting at her own home. I know, it sounds like something straight out of a crime drama, right? Last July, 2 cars belonging to Stubbs' tenants were riddled with at least 9 bullets. Stubbs is convinced this wasn't just a random act of violence, but retaliation for her public criticism of the mayor. And trust me, there's been plenty to criticize.
Unfortunately, I disagree with a lot of things that he was doing because it wasn't for the best interest, I should say, of the residents of Dalton. I didn't like a lot of things that she was doing. She had a lack of knowledge of what the job of a trustee was.
Henyard has been accused of draining Dalton's finances to fund her extravagant trips, dinners, and personal luxuries. I asked her personally for a copy of the budget so I could look it over as a resident of the village of Dalton, and she wouldn't even give me a copy. I was determined because I wanted to know where our tax dollars were going. Can you believe it? Henyard's been accused of treating the town's budget like her personal piggy bank. We're talking lavish trips, fancy dinners, and all sorts of personal luxuries, all on the taxpayer's dime. When Stubbs tried to get a copy of the budget to see where all the money was going, Henyard wouldn't even hand it over. Talk about shady. But wait, it gets even crazier. Stubbs claims that before the shooting, Henyard had been showing up at her house, intimidating her and calling her a hater. It all started last winter when Stubbs called out Henyard for hiring a registered sex offender as a village code enforcement officer. Yikes! Henyard's response? She posted this bizarre video of herself shoveling snow from Stubbs' driveway. In the video, she's all smiles saying, "This is what it looks like when you pull up on your haters." She even had the nerve to say, "I am there for all my haters. It doesn't matter because I am the mayor of all of Dalton, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and even the hateful."
And that's when she started talking about her haters. Oh, I'm at Valerie Stubbs' house. She called and asked me for help. See, I even helped my haters.
And that's when she started talking about her haters. "Oh, I'm at Valerie Stubbs' house. She called and asked me for help. See, I even help my haters." Stubbs, clearly puzzled, steps outside her home and makes a quick appearance on camera. She says Henyard had told people she arranged for the village to clear the snow, but Stubbs was totally in the dark about it. "I never called her to come," she explained. "She was just lying. I went to the next board meeting and told her to stop lying. At no time did I ever call her for anything. So I went to the following board meeting and told her that she was lying on me." But here's the kicker. Stubbs says she never asked for help. She was totally confused when Henyard showed up with her camera crew. Talk about a PR stunt gone wrong. The drama didn't stop there. A few months later, after Stubbs tried to organize a recall effort, Henyard showed up. She arranged for the village to clear the snow, but Stubbs was totally in the dark about it. "I never called her to come," she explained. "She was just lying. I went to the next board meeting and told her to stop lying. At no time did I ever call her for anything. So I went to the following board meeting and told her that she was lying on me. But here's the kicker. Stubbs says she never asked for help. She was totally confused when Henyard showed up with her camera crew. Talk about a PR stunt gone wrong. The drama didn't stop there. A few months later, after Stubbs tried to organize a recall effort, Henyard showed up at her property with a whole caravan of police and city workers. Stubbs wasn't even home, but her tenants called to tell her about the commotion. When Stubbs confronted Henyard at the next board meeting, she made it clear she didn't want the mayor coming to her house under any circumstances. Now let's talk about that shooting. Stubbs says she was woken up at 6:30 a.m. by a barrage of gunshots. When she went outside, she found her tenants' cars riddled with bullet holes and shell casings scattered on the ground. A neighbor's doorbell camera caught the whole thing on video, showing two men fleeing in a white car. Here's where it gets really wild. Stubbs is convinced that Henyard was behind the attack. She reported it to the local police, but claims the department is filled with the mayor's allies. They refuse to give her the police report, and she hasn't heard anything since. "We don't trust the police here," she said. But the drama doesn't stop there, besties. Henyard's been accused of running Dalton like her own personal kingdom. We're talking fear tactics to get businesses to fork over money, using local police as intimidation and spending the town into millions of dollars of debt. It's so bad that some say Dalton police cruisers might soon be repossessed due to unpaid bills. And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, there's more. Regina Waldrop, who's been digging into this case, has uncovered some seriously troubling information. She's allegedly obtained copies of complaints accusing Mayor Henyard and an unnamed Dalton trustee of sexual retaliation and discrimination. The controversy revolves around a trip they all took to Las Vegas last year, with one woman alleging that a sexual encounter during the trip was non-consensual. Talk about a bombshell. According to the complaints, when the woman reported the incident to Mayor Henyard, the mayor allegedly warned her that if the details got out, it would ruin her reputation and undo all her hard work. Henyard supposedly promised to handle the situation and asked her to trust her. But just days later, the woman was placed on unpaid medical leave without her consent and was eventually fired. If that's not retaliation, I don't know what is. The trustees who didn't go on the Vegas trip are shocked by these allegations. They're calling for both the mayor and the unnamed trustee to step down immediately. As one trustee put it, "There's already enough shame being brought to this village. How much more?" Now, let's talk about Henyard's latest PR stunt. She's been flaunting her generosity on Instagram, making a big deal about giving out free food to residents, but it's hard not to see this as just a way to win votes and polish her image rather than actually solving any problems. While she's busy portraying herself as a caring leader online, locals are increasingly frustrated. They feel their concerns about her poor and authoritarian leadership are being brushed off as mere snitching.
Every single resident. Pay me what you owe me. Thank you, DJ.
Critics argue that Henyard is running Dalton like her own personal kingdom, using fear tactics to get businesses to fork over money and wielding local police as a means of intimidation. Thanks to her spending spree, the town of 20,000 is now drowning in millions of dollars in debt. The situation is so dire that some say Dalton police cruisers might soon be repossessed due to unpaid bills. Stubbs admits she's now constantly looking over her shoulder in town, hoping that the desperate cries for help from the struggling village will eventually be answered. "I just want to see justice done," Stubbs said. But here's where it gets even juicier, besties. There are rumors that Henyard's running the village like a mob boss, yanking business licenses from anyone who doesn't cough up for her so-called charity. She's neck-deep in shady deals, taking luxury trips on the taxpayers' dime, and even getting them to fund a personal ice skating rink. And don't get me started on her marketing spree. Henyard's face is everywhere on 122 billboards around town, and she's shelling out tens of thousands of taxpayer dollars each month to a PR firm to try and polish her tarnished image. To top it off, Henyard cruises around town with a convoy of heavy-duty private security, all paid for by taxpayers. She's also supposedly got the police wrapped around her finger thanks to the massive amount of overtime she lets them rack up. Once again on the taxpayers tab. The heat's really on for Mayor Henyard now. Federal agents have cranked up the pressure with a full-blown criminal investigation. They've slapped her with a subpoena demanding a mountain of business records and financial documents. Recently, the FBI stormed the Thorntown Township Hall to deliver not one, but 2 subpoenas to Henyard. And if that's not enough drama for you, there's more. A community center funded by taxpayers has reportedly been turned into a strip club on her watch. Just one more entry on her growing list of alleged wrongdoings. The Dalton Village Board was ready to dig in, demanding financial records and even inviting the FBI to get involved, but Henyard wasn't having any of it. She put the brakes on the investigation, claiming it was a personal vendetta and that it was unfairly biased. At a village board meeting, she defended herself by saying, "Our village, our community, and I are under attack. It's a shame that only one side of the story is being told, leaving out the full picture." But even with her strong defense, it's hard to ignore that she's been in hot water for treating the local police like her personal security detail, spending an eye-popping $1 million on their protection. Whew, that was a lot to unpack, besties. What do you think about all this Dalton drama? Is Henyard really running the town like her personal playground, or is there more to the story? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more juicy tea. Until next time, goodbye.